Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a literally game-changing, highly lucrative AI content creation strategy. We're going to be looking at an absolute masterclass in generating cinematic construction timelines from scratch. And get this, we're using nothing but free artificial intelligence tools. It's a really fascinating look at how modern creators are essentially replacing entire, expensive production studios right from their laptops.
Okay, let's just dive right into the numbers because they are wild. A brand new channel utilized this exact strategy we're talking about today, and they hit 78,000 subscribers in just 2 weeks. But honestly, even more staggering than that, one of their uploads actually achieved 31 million views in just 3 days. That is massive, near instant scale.
Now, you might be wondering, what does that actually mean in the real world? Well, what's truly mind-blowing here is that this level of viewership translates to an estimated $8,000 to $10,000 a month in revenue. And the real surprise, the kicker here, all of this is done using completely free AI tools. It just goes to show how unbelievably powerful AI has become in today's content landscape.
So, to understand exactly how this is achieved, we're going to follow a clear step-by-step blueprint. We'll cover the viral content formula, prompting the master blueprint, generating consistent cinematic images, bringing those images to life, and wrap up with the final cinematic polish.
Step 1. The Viral AI Content Formula. Let's look at the exact tech stack required for the zero-cost workflow.
This right here is essentially the engine of the entire operation. It's a precise 3-tool assembly line. First up, you have ChatGPT, which acts as the brain, creating the blueprint and the video plan. Second, a tool called Flow acts as your camera and crew, handling all the visual and motion generation. And finally, Suno AI operates as your composer for the music. This specific stack literally replaces hours and hours of traditional manual production.
Moving on to Step 2, prompting the master blueprint.
Okay, so moving to our first tool, it's absolutely crucial to understand that the quality of your final output is entirely dependent on the quality of your initial instructions. It's the classic rule, garbage in, garbage out. If your prompt is basic, well, your final output is going to look basic and amateur. But a structured, detailed master prompt, that is the secret sauce. It guarantees professional instructions by forcing the AI to consider things like structural accuracy, step-by-step progression, and realistic materials. You really cannot skip this level of detail.
By pasting this master prompt into ChatGPT, the AI instantly does the heavy lifting for us. It generates 10 highly structured concepts. Now your job is to carefully review these ideas. Seriously, don't rush this step. You want to select the one with the absolutely strongest visual and cinematic potential. And once you've made your pick, ChatGPT will spit out the complete structured plan. We're talking detailed image prompts for each scene, video prompts for motion, and a really clear step-by-step construction progression.
Step 3. Generating consistent cinematic images. Now that we have our blueprint perfectly planned out, it's time to build the foundation by generating our static visuals using Flow. There are some really precise settings you need to lock in before generating a single pixel. Step 1 is absolutely vital. You must change the mode from landscape to portrait. This is mandatory for short-form vertical content, otherwise you're just going to waste time generating unusable visuals. Then, just make sure the Nano Banana image model is selected, paste your prompt, and hit generate.
I want you to really focus on this next rule. In fact, if you take away just one thing from this explainer, let it be this. Always use the previous scene as a reference. This is the absolute golden rule of the entire workflow. To maintain visual continuity as the building evolves, you have to upload the previous scene's image as a reference before generating the next one. If you skip this, the AI might suddenly change the environment or the lighting, and boom, the cinematic illusion is completely broken.
Before moving forward, you kind of need to act as your own quality control inspector. Flow will usually generate 2 versions of an image for you. You need to check for small but super crucial details, like does the lighting direction match? Are the building proportions consistent? Does the background environment remain the exact same? Sticking to this strict workflow is what guarantees that structural realism.
Step 4. Bringing the images to life. Let's add some motion.
Let's see how this all comes together by transitioning those static, perfectly consistent images into smooth frame-to-frame motion. Inside the Flow workspace, you're simply going to change the main mode from Create Image to Frame to Video. But quick warning here, definitely go back into your settings and verify that Portrait mode is still locked in. You really don't want your aspect ratio suddenly shifting on you mid-project.
So,
Flow gives you 2 distinct frame slots. It's a really simple 3-step process. This tells the AI exactly where the motion starts by uploading scene 1 to the first frame, and exactly where it needs to seamlessly end by uploading scene 2 to the end frame. You just paste your video prompt from ChatGPT, and the AI works its magic to create a gradual, completely natural progression between those 2 construction stages.
Once that video clip generates, which usually takes, about 30 to 40 seconds, carefully review it. You're looking for a gradual, cinematic transition. If the motion feels a bit unnatural, or if there are these sudden, jerky camera jumps, do not settle. Just slightly refine your video prompt to guide smoother movements and regenerate it until it's absolutely perfect.
Finally, step 5, the final cinematic polish.
Okay, so we have the visuals and we have the flawless motion, but to truly captivate an audience and actually go viral, we really need to inject some emotional energy. This is exactly where Suno AI comes in. If you aren't sure what kind of music you want, you can literally ask ChatGPT to generate cinematic background music prompts for you. You just choose a mood, maybe inspirational, dramatic, futuristic, or industrial, and paste that right into Suno. You want to listen closely to the emotional tone, the instrument texture, and the build-up intensity. Pick the track that perfectly complements your specific construction visuals.
And here is the final secret sauce to this entire operation. It's an editing trick performed in software like Premiere Pro. So, you place your music on the timeline first, right? Then, you arrange your video clips to the beat. The absolute key here is to align major visual reveals, those big, satisfying construction progress moments, with the musical buildups and audio drops. It seems simple, but this one small step dramatically increases the cinematic impact of your final product.
So, there you have it. From a simple master prompt to a fully structured, hyper-realistic build synced perfectly to music, you now have the exact blueprint for a highly efficient, totally free AI studio workflow. The technology has essentially wiped out the barrier to execution. The only limitation left is your own imagination. Think about it. If one person can build a highly lucrative cinematic empire from their laptop in a matter of days, what will you build with AI? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.